Hey YouTube, this is Vikas, and this time I'll show you how to repair a CPU fan. So in a CPU there are two different fans. The first is the PSU fan, that is also called as a power supply unit fan, which is placed into the SMPS, which is the power supply to your CPU. And the second fan is the processor fan, which rests onto as the name suggests, on the processor itself to cool it down to maintain the temperature of your CPU. So sometimes it generates friction, it slows down itself and makes a lot of noise into the CPU. Your CPU starts to rattle to make a rattle like sound, and this is all due to the friction of the fan inside. So there's a way to get rid of it and to make that noise shut up. So you will be requiring the following things. The first is your machine oil. I brought it from a local hardware store for $1. A screwdriver toolkit, also a pair of tissue papers in case you'll need it. So the first step is to remove the side cages to access the processor fan and the SMPS fan. So there are two screws which are holding it together. We will just unscrew them and access the processor fan. Now that the side cage has been removed, you can see the inside view of the processor CPU. This is the CPU fan, this is the processor fan, and this is the SMPS fan. Okay. It has been held by 4 screws. So at first we'll be working with the SMPS fan. So for unscrew, there are 4 screws which are holding it together. We'll just unscrew them. So so now the SMPS has been disassembled, and we can just take it out. There are again 4 screws which are holding the upper case together. We'll just unscrew them also. So now the screws are removed. We'll just gently pull out the outer cover, and then there are again the 4 screws which are holding the fan together. So we'll just unscrew them as well. So the fan is out now. We'll just gently pull out the fan without damaging the wires. So now this is the zoomed view of the fan. We'll be lubricating the fan. For that we'll have to first remove the sticker to access the shaft of the fan, and then there is a small covering over here, circular covering made up of rubber. We'll just remove it. Protective covering, we'll just remove it and keep it aside. And the idea is to put 2 drops of machine oil onto the shaft so that the friction is reduced. So you'll just put 2 drops and apply the rubber covering, and then stick the sticker again. And just keep it horizontal for 2 minutes so that it penetrates deep inside the shaft. That's done. So we'll just reverse the steps that we made just now to reassemble the SMPS. Apply the upper covering, and that's done. So the next step is to remove the processor fan that sits on the processor so that it could cool the processor and maintain the temperature of the CPU. So there are 4 different screws which are holding the processor fan together. Just rotate the screws anti-clockwise direction, and your processor fan will be set aside. So that's done, and the processor fan has been set aside. You can see the processor fan, it is actually very dirty, and I've removed it after 5 years. So you can see the amount of dirt all over the fan. So I've just removed the dirt using vacuum cleaner and a blower. So now let's get back to the fan. The step is to remove the sticker again and apply 2 drops of machine oil over the shaft, and then again stick the sticker. That's done, and we'll reassemble the whole thing together. So I've just put the fan again in its original position, and the whole thing has been wrapped up. So the final step is to close the side cage and apply the 2 screws, and that's all. The processor fan is now working fine, the friction is reduced and the noise has been reduced. So this is how you make a processor fan and the SMPS fan shut up. Do subscribe. Thank you.